Hi, the purpose of this demonstration is to get you familiar with working with sound effects or just working with sound in working with the soundtrack in TVPaint Animation 9. I'm going to need my remote control and my layer panel. I'm also going to start out a new project, 640 by 488, 24 frames a second, and need to load in a sound file. Need all these three sections to be visible. Let's load in this little excerpt from Deadly Duo. And if I play it back, nothing's going to happen because it's only 1 frame long. So if it's 5 frames long, then it'll only play these 5 frames. So I need to zoom out and stretch up this, gotta stretch this sound out. Okay, well, not that this, gotta stretch the layer out.
If you are able to overcome my iron hand, then you're ready for action.
So up to frame 125 is all I need. So there's up to frame 125. I'm going to just keep a little bit extra. And then I'm going to trim the soundtrack down. Grab this little bottom handle. And I don't want it to just cut out. I want it to fade, so I'm going to grab the top handle and fade that off. So you can have multiple sounds, loaded. You can just drag the middle and that will allow you to pan it. You can fade them, you can cut them off. It's pretty nice. And then if you blow them up, you can adjust the sound volume of them or mute the individual soundtrack. But I don't need to do any of that right now. Now I need to annotate the sound file. So, whoops, let me choose a pencil color. I don't need to see the bottom as much though. So anyway, that's basically what goes on, is you just go through, you annotate the whole thing, and you wind up with something like this. Oh yeah, oops, I want to turn on my display during preview.
If you are able to overcome my iron hand, then you're ready for action.
After that, you have to go through and you have to mark down. I'm going to use a red pencil, and you have to mark down all of the actions, all the events that need to occur in this. So things like him having to raise his hand here, where he says the word hand, and you can. This is where he raises his hand, so I'm going to just write that down as raise. Then you can find other things like when he has to point or camera cut, so you can mark those all down. When you're done, you'll get something like this. You can see here's parts where he has to look, where his hand has to come up, where his hand has to has to shake for a little bit. Where I want it to clench. So when you play it back,
if you are able to overcome my iron hand, then you're ready for action.
So something like that.
If you are able to overcome my iron hand,
and then you can see things like action curves. So you're going to have to go through and take once you have that done, you can go into your layer. Let me make that to an anim layer this time. And then you can start drawing. And every time you draw something, let's say in the first frame, let me grab the black pencil from the sketch panel. Anytime you draw something, it's going to split up this layer and make automatic. It's going to make frames automatically. So I need kind of a tunnel here. I need the bad guy over here in the tunnel, and maybe the tunnel wall ends there. There's tunnel 4. So something like that, right? We got the bad guy who's blocking the way, and we have a hero. We go here, we cut the frame, and I need to show a close up on the bad guy who's looking off to the side because he's when he talks, but then you are able to overcome So right about here, I need him to turn and face the good guy. And you just go through and you break you just go according to all of the actions. You know, when does he have to look? You know, you draw those frames out. Um, and when I'm done, I get something. This is the completed sequence.
If you are able to overcome my iron hand, then you're ready for action.
So, you know, this is with all of the individual frames that have been drawn.
If you are able to overcome my iron hand, then you're ready for action.
And making sure that everything was synchronized is pretty easy because you've got, if you hold the control key down, you can adjust the timing of any of these. So if let's say for instance, here where the hand is doing this little, where he beckons to the camera. See that? So this kind of beckoning action, if I want this to happen, if I want one of these, let's say I want him to hold this hand up longer, you know, the second time he does, I need to hold it longer. I'm going to hold control and just drag that up.
If you are able to overcome my iron hand, then you're ready for action.
See? So he holds the hand up, you know, for a few frames longer. It's very easy to just, you know, you hold the control key and just readjust these things. But you know, this is all perfectly timed out already. You know, I just simply timed it according to my timing notes. You can just see here where he's supposed to be beckoning, and how I've got these lines synced up with you know, the frames, which pretty simple. And then this is the I go through and I in between everything, so it's just going through a second time and doing very fine adjustments.
If you are able to overcome my iron hand, then you're ready for action.
So, you know, you just...
If you are able to overcome my iron hand, then you're ready for action.
The last thing I ever deal with is lip movements. You know, the action has to read.
If you are able to overcome my iron hand, then you're ready for action.
And you can see how the
if you are able to
you can see how my timeline notes, if you look at the little red lines, you can see how certain things like him taking a breath in, it's all just according to, you know, these lines that I set down. You know, when do I want him to inhale? When he says the word hand, you know, I need his head to bob down, you know, through the saying of the word hand. So you can see there's that curve there. Hand. So it's pretty simple.
If you are able to overcome my iron hand, then you're ready for action.
So finally you go through and you deal with all the lip movements. And there's not really much more to do in the timeline notes, but it's just going through and going according to the blue letters. And this is the final result.
If you are able to overcome my iron hand, then you're ready for action.
So that's,
if
yeah, that's
you are
pretty much
able
it.
to overcome my iron hand, then you're ready for action. If you are able to overcome my iron hand, then you're ready for action.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. It's just time consuming. You know, going over sound. It can't really be made any faster because it just requires the judgment of a human being. But other than that, the tools are really good. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later.